Hello, 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 friends. Nicholas here with DIVO-Ted Talks, Devoted Talks, however you like to say it, where we take ancient wisdom and practices through a modern lens and experience to help you and those you love in suffering in your personal and greater worlds alike. And if you have found benefit in what we're talking about, or at any time during this, time we spend together, you notice that you're really getting a lot out of this, go ahead and leave a comment, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and click like, depending on what platform you're on. It could be YouTube where you're seeing me, hello, or where you're on Spotify, hello. I can only talk to you with my voice. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Yeah, I like feedback and I like to direct things where they're going. If you really like something, we can make more of it. So anyway, uh, yeah, the other day I had somebody remind me to click subscribe on their channel, and I was like, oh yeah, you do need to do that. And it's nothing personal, right? I'm not telling you because you needed to or because I needed you because I needed you to like it, but sometimes it is warranted to remind, oh yeah, I can do that, or oh, I should do that, or if I want to hear more of this, I should follow this person. Anyway, oh man, you probably can tell in my voice in the last few episodes, just been a lot brighter. I've been a lot more open and energized. And what happened was I just got to a point where I was just like, oh, I'm tired of feeling the way I'm feeling. I feel heavy and sluggish and slow, which is very kaphic in nature. I'm a kapha predominant person. If you don't know what that is, check out my other podcast with Bridge called Ayurveda Digested. Anyway, so, I started taking my energy and attention and focusing on different things, and all of a sudden I'm leveraging it. And kind of like the flags that I spin and play with, they have a weighted string sewn into the side, and the way I move it in relation, as I hit my microphone, to my wrist movement and stuff changes the way it billows, and if I choke up on it more or whatever, but I'm leveraging the movement to create something pretty, and it's a fantastic thing. Somebody started mowing, so you probably can't hear because I'm going to click the reduce background noise, but such as it is. Anyway, and so I'm leveraging life and my energy differently, and I'm directing it differently, and I'm getting different results, and it's recapitulating a new way of being, a new essence when I am here. And I am happy about that. And there's a minute perfectionist side that's like, why couldn't you figure it out sooner? But then there's another side that's like, yeah, but the revelations are delicious. The revelations feel so nice, and there's a lot of depth and taste to them and experience to them. And so, things work out the way they're meant to work out. But, what do I like more? Do I like easy or copacetic, or do I like being able to feel the deliciousness of revelation? So it's up to you, right? It may be different person to person. And maybe you're like, you know what? I would rather take the time, figure it out on the front end and do it and not worry about revelation. Just like solve the problem from the get-go. And that's okay too, right? It's being able to know who we are, know what we are, and know what brings us to life, as well as what our habits and our reflexes are, so that we can move with life more fully and easily rather than getting tossed about, flipped about, or, put on our head about it. Oh, man. So, what does that mean for us here and today? Well, one is remembering the power that we have to shape reality around us, because we're going to start vibrating and be electrified at a certain frequency based on how we're feeling, thinking, and doing. And that's going to attract different things to us depending on how aligned with that we are or are not. And so all of a sudden we can magnetize levels of success to us that were only dreams before, whereas now they can manifest in the world because we're a match for it. And what does that mean for us? It means that we are neglecting our power, and therefore, without putting attention and intention into that power to shape reality, we lose some of that oomph, we lose some of that power, we lose some of that affect and effect that we are born into, right? We are born into these physical bodies, and these physical bodies, between thoughts and feelings and the alignment of our spirit, bring different things to us, and I don't get so caught up on the details, right? Like, people used to criticize the secret because they're like, you can't just sit and think about it and have everything come to you. And I'm like, bull crap. Like you could be attracting somebody who found something that you posted online and they go through the trouble of looking you up and then call you out of the blue to offer you a job. Like you don't know, right? There's so many different things that can happen. What I think people who tend towards that assessment and tend towards that are trying to avoid magic, right? They don't want magical thinking. They want to be in a world of cause and effect. And I mean, we have the ability of some uh, minerals or some compounds that can bypass one state of expression, right? Like sublimation is when a gas turns into either a liquid or a solid and it skips one of these states in one of these phases. And so it's this beautiful thing where, if they can change that drastically, how come we couldn't, right? How come thoughts couldn't immediately become things, or how come things couldn't immediately become thoughts? Just trying to talk it in different ways. That doesn't quite make sense because if we are looking at something, we're thinking about something most of the time, or at least focusing on it. So, what does this mean for us? It means you're way more powerful than you're giving yourself credit for. It means that you are potentially cutting yourself at the knees because you don't want to either not fit in, or you don't want to be thought of as different, or magic doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel like something you can trust or rely on for safety or for, life in general. And, many of us have met the woo-woo friend that we're like, whoa, but maybe you're the woo-woo friend that's so woo-woo that everybody else is like, whoo. And you feel like there's nobody else more woo than you. Maybe that's because it's true. I know I'm getting a little goofy. So, what am I trying to say here? We are all powerful, and the way I use my wrist and the weights and my relationship to it to leverage the flags to do things that I want them to do when I'm spinning them. So too, can I leverage my energy and move it and direct it in ways in relationship to me to help weave reality together around me. Now, what that looks like is going to be negotiable, right? The energy is what matters, not necessarily what the physicality of something is. If I want, to manifest a rock, while it seems simple, I may manifest a person who is as dumb as a rock because that's the easiest match or the closest match to what energy I'm putting out there, right? And so sometimes you have to laugh at the humor that is, possible with the universe, with what is brought to you. And so as I get all kinds of, goofy and funny here, the depth of this, I'm trying to remind you of your birthright of shaping reality around you, not because you're building it, but because you're discovering it through aligning with it. And then you're drawing it to yourself, just like if you're taking a magnet with, have you guys ever played that fishing game where it's like the hungry, hungry fish and their mouths are opening, and then you drop the magnet down, and then if their mouth is open, you can grab them and pull them up and out? It's that same idea, right? You're taking that magnet and you're putting it out there. Now, the real skill comes to being able to cast as far as you would like to so that you can get and magnetize the things that you really want, but also being open to the fact that if you're trying to catch a fish, doesn't matter which fish you catch. Depends on the situation, but right. Like if you're fishing because you only want this one thing, well, then it's probably going to take a little bit longer, potentially. Even though it might not, right? Statistically, there could be the 1 in a million chance that you catch exactly what you're looking for in the first try without any other effort. It is a possibility. Now, the probability of that is probably not nearly as high based on whatever circumstances you could enumerate. And so being able to hold everything with a loose grip so that what is meant to come to you can come to you when it's ready and you are ready for it to come to you. And remembering that it is the energy in and around us that we are controlling based on how we manage and monitor our well-being that impacts what can, does, and will come to you. Faster, slower, bigger, little is not as important as how aligned with it you are right here and right now. And remembering that at the essence of who you are, it is to be well and be free.